Christopher sees the world in a way, I think it's different for everyone how they see the world. In Christopher, he has a lot of things going on in his head at the same time.
It's more colorful and more loud and scarier and bigger and brighter.
He sees it in a lot more detail. He notices things that people wouldn't notice.
He really likes math and, listing prime numbers and trying to make sense of everything. He always wants to know what's going on and why things are happening. Human behavior is so nuanced, so it's really hard for him to decipher the things that are going on around him, and not knowing what's going on is really scary for him.
He can't really detect things like sarcasm or whether or not people are being true to him, and he kind of always suspects that everything that people are saying is correct and that they would never lie to him. And when people end up lying to him or misinforming him about something, it's something that absolutely rocks his world that he would never expect would ever happen to him.
The curious incident of the dog in the nighttime is about a young boy named Christopher who actually, it's never specifically stated that Christopher is on the autism spectrum, but from context clues and reading the book and reading the play, we can pretty clearly tell that Christopher is on the spectrum.
He discovers that his neighbor's dog, Mrs. Shear's dog, is dead, stabbed to death with a garden fork. And he's very curious and he has a very strong sense of justice, so he really, really wants to find out who did this so he can bring them to justice.
This comes with kind of learning more about Christopher's world and how he sees everything.
In the process, he learns a lot more things about himself and he has all these new experiences. I think that this is a really big character study. It's about learning the mind of a neurodivergent person, a specific neurodivergent person.
We worked with a lot of experts to get this show to how it is right now. We worked with autism advocates, I worked with the school counselors and therapists, and it's all in an effort to make this accurate. We don't want something that's going to be like a negative portrayal or a really bad stereotype. We want something that feels genuine and that is genuine.
We have to kind of create what's going on in Christopher's head, and a lot of what we see in the play doesn't actually, the people that are experiencing it in real life with Christopher don't actually see what's going on. So a lot of the ensemble work is kind of just creating the kind of daydreams and memories that happen in his head.
I think there's so many elements that are just so unique, especially for Wheeler Theater. From what I know, this is probably the first time we've ever used LED lights in our floorboards. There's a lot of stuff going on with the projections, and everything about the stage and about the projections and about the lights, and everything is kind of a representation of what's going on in Christopher's mind, how he sees the world and how things are going for him.
Working with Mr. Sugarman is such an awesome experience because he just really visualizes this play in a way that I think is so cool, but he has such an awesome vision for the show.
He has a lot of ideas, and he has kind of a vision of how things go, but he also likes to have us as the actors kind of play around with things and make different versions of kind of how the scenes are going to go. And then he kind of takes pieces from each part that someone creates and kind of uses that to create his vision.
He's such an amazing director and has all these amazing, tips and tricks that you would have never even thought of that really do work and really do help. People should come watch the show because it is an incredible mix of fun and of sad. There's so many funny moments or things that are just so interesting to watch on stage.
There's definitely some twists and turns in there that you won't be expecting.
Fun, it's gonna be awesome. It's a really good way of seeing what the mind and what the lives are like of people who are neurodivergent.
The set design is amazing, and I think a lot of the ensemble work just makes it into something so cool to watch. And also you should come support your friends.
We've worked really hard and I'm really proud of all the work that we've done.
Also, the book is really good.